Hello, welcome to the World Cup preview by Michael Toombs. This was originally meant to be a sort of collaborative effort with Nick Fulton, Thomas White, Chris Gray, and Richard Lockerbie, but they've all shat it, so here we go. Okay, so going to the first games on Saturday, Brazil versus Chile. Quite a difficult one to call, I think. Brazil have been pretty ordinary in the group stage so far. Good friend and football aficionado Simon Masson said it correctly when he said Brazil are nothing without the boy Neymar. I think this will go 2-2 normal time. I think Chile will take it in extra time. Chile are a better version of Mexico, and Brazil, albeit with a great performance from the Mexican keeper, struggled quite badly to break down Mexico. So I think Chile to get through that one in extra time. Moving on to Colombia against Uruguay. Colombia, sort of widely seen as probably the most impressive team in the group stages. James Rodriguez turning it on. Everyone seems to be surprised about that. Obviously, if you know your football, you know he's a great player before the World Cup. Colombia to breeze through that fairly easily. Uruguay, pretty average team without Suarez, I think. Colombia 3-1 probably. Moving on now to Sunday's games, and the early kickoff is the Netherlands. Been very impressed with Holland so far, actually. Sort of pragmatic yet penetrative. I think, however, Mexico are a solid team. I think it'll be a good game. I can see Holland winning 2-1 overall. I think Robin proved himself one of the top 3 players in the world over the last few years and is now confirming it on the world stage. He'll have too much for Mexico defence. RVP coming back. I think Nigel de Jong makes a massive difference to Holland, and I think actually that has a lot to do with why England struggled so much at the World Cup. The lack of a dedicated defensive midfielder, even I think Gareth Barry made a big difference. If you look at the European teams, certainly that are doing well, you have France, you have Kabay, you have Germany, who have a host of options in there. You have Philip Lahm, Khedira, Schweinsteiger, even Kroos can play deep. They can all play football, they can all win the ball. Holland, obviously, as I said, have Nigel de Jong. England didn't have that option, and they suffered. Steven Gerrard was neither good with the ball or good in front of the back four. And when you have a back four as dodgy as England's was with Phil Jagielka, you need a dedicated defensive midfielder. Anyway, back to the games in hand. Costa Rica against Greece. I don't think anyone would have seen this coming as a fixture in the knockouts, apart from Chris Gray. Respect Boué for shouting this one. Really tough one to call. I actually think Greece will take this. I think it's going to be very tight, but I think Greece might take it. Penalties, perhaps. It doesn't pleasure me to say that, and I think they play some awful football, but I think Greece will nick that. Boué's got a big bet on. He's due to win about $6,000 if Costa Rica get to the semis, so I hope they do, but I think Greece will take it. Moving on to Monday's fixtures, France against Algeria, and France against Nigeria and Germany against Algeria. France, very impressive. Obviously, Nasri being left at home, Ribery getting injured, there was a lot of talk of whether they could add anything or do any damage. I know Sean McDonald certainly wrote them off. I know Nicky's also got a 5 on them at 25-1, which I think is good value. I could see them doing okay. They'll beat Nigeria. Nigeria are pretty average. I think France will probably take this 3-1. Benzema will get a couple of goals. They look pretty comfortable. Very dynamic midfield. A lot of time for Paul Pogba, good player. The Germany game, Algeria have done exceptionally well to get here. Great result against South Korea. I think this will be the end of the World Cup, obviously. Rasta thinks Germany are going to win the World Cup. I'm not so sure, but they will win this fairly comfortably. 2-0, I think. Potentially even 3. Moving on to the next group now. We have Argentina against Switzerland, Belgium against the US. Argentina are being carried by Lionel Messi. It's not quite Maradona-esque 86, but without Messi, they would be a very ordinary team. They do, however, have a talented group of individuals who, if they start to play, can really do some damage. Switzerland, I think, they're a little bit overrated. Anyone that has Philip Sendros and Johan Giroud at centre-backs is pretty poor in my book. I think Argentina, well, I mean, it could be tight for a while. I think Argentina will persevere. I'll probably give it a 2-1 victory. Belgium against the US, very interesting tie. I'm actually quite pleased to see the US do so well. Met a few American friends. I actually really like the sort of the energy and the passion their fans bring. I know they're not football fans per se, but 100,000 of them come to Brazil and make a lot of noise, a good atmosphere. Fair play to them. I think Belgium will beat them. Although Belgium haven't been particularly impressive, they have got a very good back four and a very good goalkeeper. I don't think the US will have enough to breach that defence, so I think Belgium will win that 1-0. Whether Belgium can win the actual tournament, I'm not sure, but they will win that tie. Alright, nice speaking to you, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye bye.